Excellent condition. Oh, there we go. Mhm. Good morning, world. Tim time here. I'm going to go ahead and talk about Proverbs 3:13 to 18. I like this one. Let me read it through one time or two times. We're going to go over this. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. Getting kind of cold. We're entering into the fall season, 2025. Or we're actually already in there. Where I'm from, it gets colder later. Because the summer seems to be lingering and we get really warm days sometimes. But you know what? It is getting kind of cold and been wearing my sweatshirt. Mornings. So here we go. Proverbs 3:13 through 18 ESV. Blessed is the one who finds wisdom and the one who gets understanding. For the gain from her is better than gain from silver, and her profit better than gold. She is more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand. In her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who lay hold of her. Those who hold her fast are called blessed. It's a good section. We're going back into this idea of wisdom. So this is kind of like a key phrase. I'm going back to wisdom. And the way they describe her in Proverbs is her. Her is kind of like how they. Let's see that on the screen. I'll make that a little distinct. So her tends to be a. Oh, okay. That's fine. Her. They did it like this. Wait. Oh, okay. Trying to use the same color. Her. Just see how many times they use her. I personally like how they personify wisdom as her. It makes her into a character and makes, I want to say, relatable. Like she is an important person. Wisdom. Actually, I'll go ahead and highlight the she. This whole female personification. I think it's pretty important for this. So, yeah, there it is. Yeah, morning my nose gets kind of messed up. So blessed is the one who finds wisdom. And so I'll go ahead and highlight the blessed because this idea of blessed is interesting. Blessed comes from the word makar. There's a Greek word. I'll go ahead and highlight it. I found the definition and stuff like that. And makarios. Makarios is the word. Makarios is translated from the Greek, and it's related to ashrei. So that on the Macarios Ashrei. Macarios and Ashrei is the this is the Greek term, and then that's the Hebrew. Macarios, stems from, and the thing that came to my mind, because I was watching this podcast, people who are smarter than I from the Bible Project, uh explains this idea in which it means the good life. And it says good life in relation to like the favor with God. Um Good life in that, um yeah, it's like living the good life in relation to how God would want it. And this is interesting because a lot of times good life, quote quote good life, means that, in American terms, if you're in America, the American dream is white picket fence, a house to own, a wife, couple kids, dog. And that's kind of like the American dream and the good life, that you are being successful, which is interesting because the traditional values of America was this idea of that, you find security, you find a job, you are able to kind of live a life, live with your partner. In that context, would be a husband and wife situation and a couple kids. That's the good life. That you're living life, you're producing, you're making money, making job. Not necessarily the money thing, but this idea of the way you're living. Okay, and yet, yes, having money can translate into this good life. Could, I would say could. Money is not the only means in which to have a good life, but defining favor with God also means that you are living a life according to how He kind of deemed you to have this life, in a but positive, in a positive light. And so it requires you to have a change in mindset of what you mean, quote unquote, the good life. And I think that's Ashrei, the good life. And so, yeah, that's totally up to you what you mean, what's up the good life. I don't believe in the prosperity gospel where God will give you the riches and make you rich, quote quote, monetarily rich and stuff like that, because there's so many different situations where you cannot be rich. Like missionaries are rich in that they are receiving the blessing of other believers who give them money to go, donate money to them, um, so that they support the ministry. And that's where, our tithes go to, which we talked about before. The tithes are a part of, you giving back to God what is the first fruits. And while by giving to the ministry, to the church is able to go ahead and support people who are going abroad and not having, quote unquote, a traditional full-time job, but their full-time job is to go ahead and do ministry, as in making disciples of all nation. And I believe that any ministry should ultimately get to the point where individuals are being discipled. Okay, whether it's, children's ministry or adult ministry, I think all of that leads to this idea of being a discipler. Okay, so the blessed life is in relation to spiritual blessing, the good life spiritually, um, and God will reward you, in kind. And again, in our minds, like, well, I'm doing good for God, I'm making disciples, so God will reward me, and here's the list of things that He should do. No, God is not a genie, a spiritual genie who grants the desire of your, physical desires, which happens to be money, which again, property, money, these are all, American values, that the good life relates to that. And so I want to contrast that to what the actual good life is. It's a life where you have security in Christ. You are loved, and you love others. You have, you have a positive relationship with the ones that are close to you. You are building community, and enjoying life with other people. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean you have money. Okay, you could have it; it's possible. But I don't want to lie to you and say that when you follow Christ and you are blessed because of the life you are given through Him, that it's going to be American good life. The good life is in relation to um, your relationships with others, how you relate to the world. Um, because it being a follower doesn't mean that you are removed from any hurt or hard times. Actually, the contrary is true, that when you follow Christ, it's going to be hard, because when you follow Christ and carry His cross, people ridicule you. The world, literally, this world belongs to Satan, and he'll do anything in his power to go ahead and bring you down, okay, through sin. So the good life is a mindset. Um, the definitions that they gave to me, um, divine favor, spiritual focus, experiencing divine favor leading to spiritual well-being and eternal happiness rather than material wealth or worldly happiness. So worldly happiness could be tied to it, but it's more like the spiritual happiness, that you have peace within yourself, divine favor and all that kind of stuff. And I guess if you don't believe in a God and stuff like this, doesn't relate to you, but there is this fulfillment in knowing that your life is secure in this world and in the next world. So anyways, so those people who seek after and grab onto wisdom, blessed is the one who finds. Blessed is the one who finds is kind of a key phrase. Who's able to see that is the one who finds wisdom, and the one who gets understanding. So that relates to, whoops, same. There we go. Who gets understanding. So wisdom, with finding understanding, gets understanding. For the gain from her is better than. So when you go after wisdom, when you go after understanding, wisdom in one, in the one who gets understanding. So that's the get to understanding. So I'm gonna put that in the yellow because wisdom and understanding. And who gets it and finds it. So finds. So let's be consistent here. Finds and gets. I guess I could go ahead and that's fine. I gotta underline it. There you go. Finds and gets finds wisdom and gets understanding. That's funny. For the gain from her is better than so. She is more precious than gold and silver. Nothing you desire compared with her. Long life is in her right hand. In her left hand is riches and honor. So these are kind of benefits of having her in your life. Her ways are pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. Pleasantness, these are like traits that come from it. And I feel like I'm running out of different pleasantness and peace. Oh, that's not right. Pleasantness and peace. She is a tree of life to those who lay hold of her. Those who hold her fast are called blessed. Okay, kind of like a final. I like that blue color. Those who hold her fast are blessed. So it goes back to the original saying that those who find wisdom and gets understanding is blessed. Those who hold her fast or lay hold of her. Again, those who lay hold of her. Okay. It's this idea that you are intentionally kind of grabbing on to wisdom and trying to find wisdom and understanding. And through that, you will be blessed. Okay. How does that happen? In my life, I want to be applicable. Mm. Again, the way in which you find wisdom is, I want to say, think logically, you know, but it's actually reading the Bible. And when you're doing things in context of how Jesus will live, if you're reading through the Bible and how he lived, and also the teachings of Paul of how to live a godly life, godly righteous life, and how to deal with other people, not deal with other people, but have relation with other people. I think that's um, living life under the umbrella of for the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, for faithfulness, about those things. Making disciples, loving other people, helping the poor. Those are the things that, when you're wise, you take those ideas and synthesize that in your life. And so when I'm dealing with, so I'm an educator. I teach teenagers and stuff like that, and how that manifests there is being patient with them. They have a lot of needs, desires, and they expect a lot. Mm. Not, and I'm not going to talk about the cultural norms of like cell phones and all that kind of stuff, because that's part of part of their life and everything now because of the culture. But being able to deal with that, being patient with them. Hey, go ahead. We're going to go and take a test. Let's go ahead and put our phones away. Those kind of things. No, we are working. Put your phones away. Okay. So being able to be consistent, and a part of being a leader is to discipline others. So when the time comes that someone is doing wrong, I will discipline them in kind, and I'll tell them the consequences, and then go ahead and enact those consequences based on predetermined ideas or predetermined rules. Okay. Same thing with my children. Uh, I love my children, uh, but I will not be the helicopter parent. They will have consequences when they do something that is not appropriate. Okay? They still have to learn, and it's my job, because I love them, to go ahead and enact discipline, whack them, whatever it is. And so I think it's important to realize that when you are blessed and having a good life, you are able to interact in the world that is righteous and good. And I think that's a way to go. And you are never sure of your monetary wealth, especially in the United States, because you may be making six figures, but still not be able to afford a house. But if you afford a house and get a house through first time buyer loans and all that kind of stuff, you're spending your whole money in your life trying to pay off this house. So you have to decide, is the house worth being beholden to it, that you cannot actually enjoy this life? Because enjoying life is not removed from actually spending money. You could enjoy life. It takes money to enjoy life. It's just the way of our capitalistic nature of our society. And so if you're going to use all the money that you earn to go ahead and fulfill the desire of having a house, which I don't know why I'm going on this one, because house isn't big in my mind, and all the money that you earn is going towards the house, what about the other things like going on vacation, seeing the world, spending time with family, going out? And so you have sacrificed all that to making sure you pay for the house. And so I would rather save a little at a time over time and get a situation where I could afford a house and not spend more than what I'm earning to try to keep the house. And not having the opportunity or the agency to go ahead and go on vacation and stuff like that, and to go out and let my children enjoy life and see different things and stuff like that. I feel like, yes, we'll have a nice house or something. That's great with a lot of room, and we host a lot of parties, and which is in my mind kind of really good things to do. But if we can't even do that because we're penny pinching, I don't know. I don't think that's a good life. So I will stay within my current situation of not being a homeowner. In my American materialistic mind, that's sad. I wish I had my own house. That'd be great. But I do have a house. We can't afford it, and we can enjoy the life around us of hobbies and activities that we enjoy doing within our means. So until things changes in the world, this is our lot, my lot, and you know, I'm not negative about life. I'm positive about things that are happening. I know that we'll be making more money. But we're working on that. I think it has to do with me finishing some more certifications and becoming admin or something like that. If I become an admin, that'll give me a little bit more financial freedom. Also, location freedom. So if you don't want to live in the area where I'm living, I could go ahead and move and get a job. Um, but I'm currently stuck in the district because you get a certain amount of years, and the years also equate to how much money you make. So I don't know. I'm enjoying my life. I think I have the good life. I think I do have favor with God. Doing everything I can to live a good and righteous life, finding wisdom and looking for like I'm doing it the best I can. Uh, yes, I would like to meet with more people to go ahead and enjoy a community with more brothers, so that we could share wisdom with each other or encourage one another. That'd be great. But yeah, I think I'm living a good life right now. This is good stuff. I'm making, I'm recording videos and stuff like that. That's definitely first world issues. Anyways, if you like the content, you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Laters.